Hello and welcome to this new video which I made to show you that I still exist. Because I have just seen that my last upload was 3 months ago. It was a fairy in the rain. Since then I didn't let you hear from me and it almost looks like I would be inactive. I wouldn't do anything to not drawing, and this is just not true. So I wanted to make this video to tell you what I am doing right now and what I've done all the time. Yeah, what have I done all the time? Shortly after I finished the picture of the fairy in the rain, the Soccer World Cup was about to start. And I watched every game that I was able to watch, considering the time and what I have to do in my real life. So during Soccer World Cup I didn't have much time left for drawing. I just scribbled some things into my sketch pad, but not really anything else. After Soccer World Cup there was this very long and very hot heat wave about all Europe, and also Germany wasn't spared from it. And I was feeling very worn out and listless because of the heat. I had circulation problems and I just didn't feel healthy enough to work on my drawings or draw anything or do anything. And during the heat wave, I think it was in the middle of July, I found a contest on animex.de. And the task is to make a doujinshi, a comic, about mermaids, or at least one mermaid. It shall have 12 to 25 pages and must be finished and published until December 31st. I think that's right. December 31st? 31st of December, whatever the last day of the year 2018. So most of my inactive time I was working on my comic. First I made some concept art for the characters of my comic into my sketchpad, and then I started rough sketching for every single panel, because I didn't want it to end up like Benkyoshi Manga. This was the first comic I made after I got my graphical tablet. Back at that time I was so encouraged in drawing. I wanted to try my new tool and I didn't think about anything, not about the location or the characters or anything, and there were so many mistakes and the drawing style was very unstable at the time. I had no experience with the graphical tablet. I had no idea how to shade, and the characters looked different in any panel. In the end I was so unsatisfied with this comic that I just broke up. After 15 pages of much work I just stopped. And I don't want this dissatisfaction with a new comic, with that contest comic. So I make myself some extra work and make a rough sketch for every single panel, and write the story before I start to draw the finished comic. I think and hope that this way it will get very much better than my very first comic. If you wanna follow the progress, you can watch at my homepage. You can find it there in the comic section or via the link below. And there you have these progress bars, which I will update from time to time, so you can see how much far I have progressed with making the comic. I will also try to give some news now and then to keep you up to date. And besides the contest itself, I gave myself another challenge because I tried a new drawing program. I always worked with Photoshop, but there were features missing that I wanted and heard of through other people. And Photoshop just didn't seem to have these features. At least not my Photoshop, I use an old version. Someone said that newer versions of Photoshop have some of these features, but not the one that I use. And through a speed painting from another person, I came to the program Krita. First I was skeptical about Krita because it was completely free It doesn't cost anything, it's just funded by donations. So you can just download it on the Krita page and go ahead. And this free drawing program made it within 1 day to kill all my skepticism. I almost fell in love with this program because it has what I was looking for. You can move the stage, the canvas, stepless, smooth, and it has a brush stabilizing feature, which I was looking for, but it has so much more. It has this palette, if you click the right mouse button, where you have your favorite brushes that you can define yourself. You have the color picker right at hand, and you can, as I said, move the canvas around. I'm so thankful for that vector palette, because they are full of speech bubbles which are paths, so you can insert them to the stage and just change them as you like, and it's easy, it's fast, and it comes in handy. I'm making a comic for that contest, and there are these speech bubbles making it so much easier, but there are other features that make Krita really, really nice. If you are drawing yourself, then and you're maybe looking for a nice drawing program, then you should really, really try Krita. I don't say Photoshop is bad. Photoshop is good for working on graphics, but in the end it's not a drawing program. And from my short experience, I can say that I'm not missing any feature that Photoshop has that Krita hasn't. The opposite is the case. Krita has things that are very useful for drawing that Photoshop just does not have. If you want to try it, I have left a link in the description. So now you know what was going on with me. I hope you see why I wasn't uploading videos the last 3 months. I'm not sure if you're even interested in knowing, but at least it is calming for me to tell you what's up to me and that I'm still here. And yeah, thank you for watching and listening, mainly listening.